The humble beginning. The story begins not in a palace, but in a dusty stable in Bethlehem. To a young woman named Mary and a carpenter named Joseph, a child was born. This wasn't just any child. He was the fulfillment of ancient promises. As a boy in Nazareth, Jesus grew in wisdom and stature. He worked with his hands, understood the struggle of the common man, and lived a life of quiet preparation. He was a son of the earth, yet his heart was fixed on a divine mission. The call to the wilderness. At 30, the silence ended. Jesus went to the Jordan River to be baptized by John. As he emerged from the water, a voice from the heavens declared him the beloved Son. Immediately, he was led into the wilderness. For 40 days and nights, he faced hunger, isolation, and the ultimate temptations of power and ego. He emerged not weakened, but forged in steel. He began his ministry with a simple yet radical message. The kingdom of God is at hand. The ministry of miracles and mercy. Jesus began walking the shores of Galilee. He didn't seek out the elite. He called fishermen, tax collectors, and outcasts. He told them, "Follow me," and they dropped their nets. His journey was a whirlwind of compassion. He touched the skin of the leper when society turned away. He gave sight to the blind and made the lame walk. But his greatest miracles were of the soul. He told parables, stories of prodigal sons, lost sheep, and good Samaritans, that flipped the world's logic upside down. He taught that the last shall be first, and that the greatest among us is the one who serves. The Sermon on the Mount high on a mountainside, Jesus delivered the blueprint for a new humanity. He blessed the poor in spirit, the mourners, and the peacemakers. He commanded his followers to love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. This wasn't just religion, it was a revolution of the heart. He taught people to stop worrying about tomorrow and to trust in a Father who clothes the lilies of the field. The turning toward Jerusalem. As his fame grew, so did the shadows. The religious authorities felt threatened by his authority. Jesus knew his time was short. He set his face toward Jerusalem, entering the city on a humble donkey while crowds waved palm branches. But the celebration was the prelude to a sacrifice. In an upper room, he shared a final meal with his friends. He washed their feet, the task of a slave, to show them what leadership truly looks like. He broke bread and shared wine, identifying them as his body and blood, a new covenant of grace. Gethsemane and the trial. Under the gnarled olive trees of Gethsemane, Jesus faced the ultimate agony. He prayed with such intensity that his sweat became like drops of blood. He accepted the cup of suffering, surrendering his will to the Father's. Betrayed by a kiss from one of his own, he was arrested and dragged through a series of illegal trials. He was mocked, beaten, and crowned with thorns, yet he remained silent like a lamb, carrying the weight of human brokenness. The cross and the victory. On a hill called Golgotha, the light of the world was hung in darkness. In his final moments, he showed the ultimate mercy, praying, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." With the words, "It is finished," he gave up his spirit. They placed him in a borrowed tomb, sealed it with a massive stone, and set a guard. For 2 days, silence reigned. But on the third morning, the earth shook. The stone was rolled away. The tomb was empty. Jesus appeared to his followers, not as a ghost, but as the risen Lord. He had conquered death, proving that love is stronger than hate and life is more powerful than the grave. Reflection. This story does not end in a book. Jesus commissioned his followers to take this message of hope to every corner of the earth. His life remains the ultimate motivation, a reminder that no matter how dark the night, the morning is coming, and you are loved with an everlasting love.